Well, a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck to Sim members only live stream. So it's the 8th of August 2026. It's 48 minutes past 8 in the morning here in the United Kingdom. Back in X-Plane 12 for our 80th Alpaca Airways group flight. That's right, 80. We are back in Japan. This is the second ever time we visited Japan on a group flight. We're flying from Tokyo Haneda to Fukuoka. I need to learn the pronunciation of our destination, but not the most not the best time for a group flight. I think we've got about 16-17 people today, so thanks for all of those who have participated. Usually when we do the European US ones we can sort of get 25-30, but for those of you who have come along, thank you very much indeed. Should be a flight time around 1 hour 25 minutes as Crossfire today, so half of us are in Tokyo Haneda, the other half in Fukuoka. Now, I did request ATC. I never got a reply from Japan. However, there is some ATC here in Tokyo Haneda this morning, so we should be able to enjoy that. Lovely departure. We're going to go right past Mount Fuji here in Tokyo Haneda before we fly southwest towards Fukuoka. Fukuoka. Thanks, Sinbad. I'll try and practice the pronunciation. Anyway, there you can see one of the runways constructed on reclaimed land. Let's zoom on in towards Alpaca. A0 Juliet Papa, and we've got a number of other aircraft here as well, and a couple of other Alpacas joining me. We've got Alpaca. Three others. 2 Tango Lima, that'll be 2 tons. 585, 815 next to me, and 71 over there. Of course, a major hub here for Japan Airlines. That's pretty much every other airline here, and I'm obviously very familiar with Japan Airlines, having worked for them for 16 years. Anyway, no, it's just disappeared. Sod's law, it is what it is. Anyway, we'll coordinate it on Unicom, but thanks for those who are participating today. Now, last time we flew the Zebra mod was the 79th members only group flight. There's been no updates or changes, so there was nothing significantly wrong, I think, with the aircraft last time we flew it, so fingers crossed we'll be okay today, but we're completely cold and dark, ready to go. All the cameras set up for today's stream. Who have we got member-wise in today? Josiah Plays. Yes, I don't even want to dare know what time it is for you in the morning in the US. Thanks for coming in. Andy H1302, the last Japan one was the day after my 50th birthday. I took part with an absolutely monumental hangover, best thing I ever did on a members only group flight. Yes, the sauce helped you land, no doubt. I hope you're doing well, Andy. Not seen you for a while, and thanks for popping in today. David Bromwich, good day to you. Yes, unfortunately ATC has disappeared. Thanks for letting me know, guys. Jacob Bush joining from the USA bright and early. My goodness, what time is it for you, sir? Thanks for joining in today. Steve M, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming in. Simbear UK. Timmy Plays, a JAL livery, surely. Yeah, I should have gone with the Japan Airlines livery. Absolutely. Anyway, I was actually utilising my Epidemic Sound royalties. I basically got access to tens of thousands of tracks. You know what? Let's have an Oriental theme for the intro today. So I quickly typed in Japanese garden music, and that was the first one that came up. And it was very nice, very relaxing. Maybe I should do that a little bit more and utilise the library I have access to. Simba, hopefully the cloud lifts for the flight to Haneda. Yes, it's not too bad. Definitely fine for a Cat 1 ILS or any sort of non-precision approach. There's a little bit of thunderstorm activity forecast with SIG weather and a SIG Met just to the west of Tokyo. So I'm going to take an extra 15 minutes of fuel for potential weather avoidance. Of course, X-Plane does a reasonably good job in depicting live weather and thunderstorms these days. Anyway, let's jump on into the cockpit. As mentioned, completely cold and dark as per usual. And the start time for me a little bit earlier than usual. I've got a very busy day ahead of me. It's my last day off work, so I usually leave sort of 30 minutes into the group flight. I'm leaving 30 minutes after the start of the stream, but I've started 15 minutes earlier, so my off-block time is just over 20 minutes from now. Anyway, let's get the show on the road, battery on, GPU's on the bus, electric hydraulic pumps on, landing gear lever is down, with then check the ship's library and aircraft documentation. We are fully serviceable today. Let's do the fault and fire tests. Here for the squibs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, check the fault test, fault AP detector up, master caution, and I saw overheat there as well. Let's do the fire test. Fire warning lights, engine overheat, wheel well light, fire warning bell, light master caution is set. Emergency exit lights armed. Let me just bring up the operational flight plan here for today. If it will show up for me. I don't know why it's not popping up. Luke, thank you very much. 38 months as a member. Afternoon, mate. Have a great flight. Thank you very much for popping in today, and saw you doing your best to pop in, and I'm very sorry that you couldn't make it today. Thank you very much for your continued support, of course. Right, I have no idea why my Navigraph charts aren't coming up. Is my other buttons working? Takeoff config warning. Something's going on weird. Brilliant. So if I press G3, which is my camera controls, it sets toga thrust. What is going on? Oh, everything was working perfectly at the start of the stream. Anyway, I can still use the other buttons here to switch between everything. I can't even mute the mic. Oh gosh. Right, I have no idea what happened in between now and me starting the stream. Anyway, for some reason all my shortcuts are no longer working. Anyway, I'll have to bring up the charts using the shortcut on Navigraph. That's at least working. Luke Zupan, I've said hello to. Thanks, buddy. Wiz100, thank you. 53 months as a member. Have a great flight, Captain. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. And thanks for popping in. Steve M, it's a bind. Yeah, it's always binding issues with streaming, but why is that just... It worked right at the start, literally, even after the stream, because I started it and it was working fine. So I unmuted the mic and switched the scene from the intro. So I have no idea what's happened. I'm just restarting Logitech because I use the app to control all the bindings here. I'm just checking to see the assignments. Yeah, the assignments are all assigned, so I have no idea why that is not working. It's just... Yeah. Brilliant. I'm stuck on the scene now. Never mind. It is what it is, David. As I said, didn't happen on the test sector. Eddie, thank you. Morning, Captain. Have a lovely flight. Cheers, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in today, my friend. Anyway, still use Streamlabs sources. So here's Tokyo Haneda. Here's the weather I was talking about. So here's a SIG weather chart. Occasional CBs up to 390, and you can see obviously the weather depicted there as well in red. So just for potential weather avoidance, we'll use that here. Oh look, Fukuoka is ATC now. So enjoy that, guys, as you depart. But yeah, that's the reason we're taking extra fuel. I'm just going to deselect weather here. Just improves the performance of Navigraph slightly. So that's that. Let me now close the charts. Now, fuel-wise, now I've got to reopen the charts again. View SimBrief OFP. So you can see here, 7.2 is minimum block. So I'll take 6 extra kilos extra. So that just happens to be full wings, 7.8 tons. So I'll take that now. So I'll just close this here. Perfect. And hopefully it will work. Oh, hold on. I've managed to fix it. I know why. On my Logitech keyboard I had the wrong mode on. I fixed my bindings. There we are. So yeah, let's go to the tablet. Go to fuel weight balance airside services. I've synced my Zebo OFP. Load OFP. Just change the fuel to 7.8 for weather avoidance. Enter. Activate. There we are. We're going to hear the cleaners very shortly. Steve, it's a real pain we all go through in flight sims. You have to have this hobby to fully appreciate how annoying it is. Yes, well on my keyboard, I've got this great... I love this keyboard. It's Logitech, completely wireless one. You have the M buttons up here. Oh no, wrong camera. You got the M buttons up here. I had it not set to M1, which is all the bindings I have saved. So it's quite cool because it's synced up with Streamlabs and you can assign different keys to control stream settings. So there we are. I digress. Fault fire test complete. So fuel's coming on. We won't put the seatbelt sign on yet. Push the 10 button. Flaps are up, which match the indicator position. Do a quick config warning check. We'll do the cargo fire test now. So forward aft discharge, fire warning lights illuminated. Happy days. I did a thing. Rob Hall, lots of members pulling in today. 30 actually watching. Be sure to take part in these group flights, guys. I'd love to see as many as possible moving forward. 13 months of member, buddy. Cheers. Have a good flight. Nice chill Saturday morning stream. Cheers, buddy. Good morning to you. It's great to see a lot of you coming in to chill out with me. Yes, and it just avoids the hustle and bustle of a normal live stream. Right, gear extension door is closed. Circuit breakers are all in on the first officer's side. Another one's coming in. Gary Field, thank you. 27 months. Remember, good flight. Everyone couldn't make it today. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Thanks for popping into the live stream nonetheless. Let's shut the cleaners up and we'll continue. Right, voice recorder's on. Stall warning test. You have to wait. Oh no, there we are. We just had enough time. 4 minutes to do the stall warning test. Yeah, 4 minutes of AC power required before that test is available. Okay, speed warning test complete. IRS. To nav, ELT armed, don't have that fitted to our NGs. Circuit breakers are all in, check the technical log, aircraft's fully serviceable. Happy days. Right, speed brakes fully stowed. Rob, you had to reset your PC recently and just haven't made the effort to reinstall 24 and all the extra bits yet. Yeah, it's flight simulation as a it's a hobby. It takes quite a lot of time outside the sim to get it all running hunky-dory, and I don't want to do too much fiddling or change things because both simulators, touch wood, I've jinxed it now, are working very well, so I don't want to change any settings or anything around at the moment. Anyway, unfortunately we just lost ATC in Haneda at the start, but enjoying Fukuoka, but I'll just get the latest weather conditions here. Another ping, having stored 26 bubs. Cheers, buddy. Morning, Sam. Currently on holiday, so I can't join, but have a fun MOGF. Excellent. Have a lovely holiday. Where have you gone, sir? Tell us in chat. Enjoy. Anyway, I'm going to depart off runway 16 right today. That's what they're using in real life right now. Surface wind from the south, 14 knots. View at 2,500 feet, 32 degrees. QNH is 1006, so I can set the QNH now 1006. MF rail set 1,030 feet. Timmy plays 66 months as a member. Thanks, buddy. If only I bought the sim set up to Bali to join this afternoon. Cheers to the in-flight Gyozas and Asahi. I don't know what that is, but cheers, buddy. Thank you very much for your continued support, Timmy. Hope you're doing well. Right, 1,030 for the MF array, and now we can just turn up the lighting here and start setting up the FMC. Latest AirAC installed. It's already asking for my position. The Haneda IKEA code is Romeo Juliet Tango Tango. Over to GPS left. Select route. And flight plan request. Perfect. We'll fetch you through ACARS. Steve, one day the cleaners will finish building that extension. Are they still banging away back there? Yes, they are. They must have had a bit of a party back there. Looks like a Qatari's just landed. I'll keep that door closed. Right, load the route. Here it comes. Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa. No real knowledge needed as to why I chose that call sign. Go to departures. It's already selected 16 right. SimBrief changed it to a Guzro 1 today. I think it's runway specific, so I'll select that one. Activate, execute. Arrivals into Fukuoka. I think they land on 16 right, if I'm right in thinking. No, sorry, ILS is 16 left because all the procedural precision approaches, sorry, are on 16 left. So I'll select that, and later on we can expect a Kirin East or Kirin Echo, or however it's pronounced. There it is, already pre-selected, and the NTIX transition. Execute on the legs page. Check for any discontinuities. Looks all okay, and now we can do the performance. So, because the boarding hasn't started yet, we can't... Oh no, it's ongoing, look, so if I rapidly push 0 fuel weight, you can see the 0 fuel weight increase. Full load almost, 180 passengers, 60.1 tons. We can pre-select there. David, cheers, buddy. Why is waypoint Kirin near Fukuoka? Kirin is brewed to Yokohama. That's gone well over my head, David. I don't know if that's a fact, a joke. Cheers, buddy. But I can't ignore the fact you've been a member for only 75 months. Only. That's nearly 6.5 years. Cheers, buddy, David. Thank you very much for your support for that entire period of time. Right then, having store Northern France, but currently we're in Speyer. Leaving shortly, we'll see Technique Museum 747 pictures in Discord later. Very cool. Enjoy, buddy. Right, where's my alternates? Nagasaki, so 2.8 tons. To divert there, cost index 30, cruising at 32,000 feet. I don't know if we're capped, but we'll put that there. Outconstrated OPCOS apparently. Let's have a quick check of that. Where is OPCOS? 9,000. Okay, I think that's a point merge arrival like you get in Dublin, so I'll leave it at 9,000 feet or below, just to keep it from moaning at me. There we are. Perfect. Where did I get to? Perth. Cruise wind is 281 at 15. And top of climb ISET is 16 degrees. Very
Ground
warm.
flight deck fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Seatbelt signs on. Actually, with that temperature, we better get the APU started soon. Let's now have a look here at the performance for takeoff. So I'll get rid of that here. There we are. So runway 16 right. We'll go full length today from our position. Here's all the information. Our takeoff weight then a little bit heavier. 67.9, so we'll just increase that to 67.9. Flaps optimum, thrust optimum, bleeds will be on not auto, anti-ice off. Winds are in. try improved climb and assumed temperature. So that's giving a full TO with an assumed temperature of 53 degrees. So 26, assumed temperature 53. We're looking for an N1 of... With the AP bleed on, we subtract 0.6, so it'll be 94.1. So that's set. Flap 5 CG is in. 21.9, 5.2 units all set. Excellent. I've just realised that's in the complete wrong place. There we are. Speeds are improved climb here. So if you have improved climb speeds, select the OPT speed. So 151. 153, 159, and you can take a guess as to what it does. Using these higher speeds improves your climb performance and is absolutely valid in case of a edge of failure. Gary, remember it's I018, not ISA now. Is that in the Zebo or in the PMDG? Let me double check. I should think you're right, sir. Oh yes, you're right. Top of climb outside air temperature. Why did Zebo change that? I mean, that must be an option from Boeing, but for years it used to be ISA deviation, and Zebo changed it. But I don't know if you can change it back in the settings. I'll have a look. Anyway, minus 33 degrees. There we are. Thanks for that. Right, FMC is all loaded. Overhead panel then, your damper on, nav transfer display switches. Normal auto, nice warm toasty fuel. Fuel 4 pumps, crossfeed bright. And dim, bright, off. I'm going to get that APU started now because it's very hot in the cabin. Window heat turned on regardless of temperature. That's all configured and set. Trim air's on. Pack to auto. That's all set for the flight 320 and its sea level at Fukuoka. That's on. Now let's set up the MCP. Oops, I've knocked my MCP cap. Let me just... professional streamer here. I think I knocked that because it was all set up beautifully before the start of the stream. This is the stuff I have to deal with as a professional live streamer. Right, flight directors are on, runway heading is set, there's no ATC, so we'll leave it set to, well, might as well go straight up to our cruise. I don't think this SID has any predetermined cruise level. Again, like the PMDG, you have to rotate this multiple times. It's not as slow as this in real life. Anyway, 320 is set. Auto brake RTO, reset fuel flow. FMC, Jim, you can have legs. We'll go over to Unicom 122.8. And the rest is all configured and set. Rudder and trim is 3 and 0. Perfect. Yes, heavy stores. It's been 2 years or something. Yes, so I don't fly the Zebo mod as much as I used to. And it's usually reserved for group flights, but yeah, it's something I need to try to remember. 15, 16 years and 8,000 hours of putting ISA deviation is, these differences do take some getting used to. Right then, so everything's loaded, weather's in. As a quick sort of route check then, as we do in real life. Ground distance we have here is 550. 544. That makes sense. We've activated and executed it. Time UTC 0807. QNH is 1006, indicating 50 feet. I'm afraid 1030. Flight directors are on. Standby instruments are set. It's going to be a left-hand seat takeoff, runway 16 right, flat 5 noise 2. Any problems will climb runway heading, climb to the MSA in that sector, which I'm just having a little look at here. To the southeast, it's 2,500 feet, so we'll climb to 3,000 feet. Then brief your emergencies, what you do in the event of a rejected takeoff and an engine failure at V1. And let's now reef our taxi. So we're on stand 12, pushback face northwest, and we'll either go on to the sort of parking apron taxiway or cross over onto Alpha. And yeah, I mean, I don't know where full length is. Do I have to go all the way up back here? I think for performance I will do. For runway 16 right. And then the SID is the Guzro 1 departure of 16.
Minimums.
No, it's not that one, is it?
Minimums.
There we are, that's better. Guzro 1 departure off runway 16 right. So for us, it's climb on heading 158 until land over 500 feet. Direct Tango 6 Lima 43. Oh, wrong one, Romeo, sorry. To Tango 6 Romeo 13, that's better. Or then we go to Hatbar, to Kamat. Kamat at or above 9,000 feet, that checks in the FMC. Then go to Leia, 13,000 feet or above. And then Guzro, flight level 170 above. So that's all coded correctly. There's not a mention of any stop altitude, so that would be assigned by ATC. So we'll go straight up to our cruise level today. And Mount Fuji, if I put the overlay here, it's just here. It's going to look fantastic today on this SID. Perfect, that's all complete. We would then run the checklist. I'm due out in 6 minutes, so I'll start the APU and pop in the APU bleed in a second. We'll call for some better pushback. Connect first. Actually, no, we know which way we're going to push, so I can actually tell it where to go as well. Something like this.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Perfect, we're ready.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
There we are. So APU up and running. We've got Alpaca 815 right next to us. I think that's Josiah. Alpaca 71 looks like the beacon's on, so they're getting ready to go. There's Tokyo in the background. All the 3D objects spawning in. Alpaca 585 over there, 2 tons. You took the 777, I think? Yes. Very nice. Yeah, stock scenery looks really, really good here. Have I missed some pings coming up? I think I've missed... yes, sorry, Curtis Rich, cheers buddy, 66 months as a member. Still love the content, sorry I can't catch you live, often in California, but always watch. Thank you very much, no problem at all. Good evening, is it about midnight in California? I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for popping in, Chris. 2 tons, you're planning out for 1-5 intersection.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
I think I should have probably shortened the runway length then. Alpha 15, okay.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
I should probably get rid of the assumed temperature if I start taking intersection departures.
Right,
Right, that's about 2 minutes of the AP running. Let's get some nice cool air in the cabin.
Canada traffic Alpaca
Where is the bleed?
Taxiing to Alpha 14, holding point 16 right. Canada traffic.
And we'll cool it down in the cabin. Perfect. 5 minutes until I'm due out. Steve, I wonder why they cannot make a better pushback for 2024. It's so easy to use. Yes, I mean GSX I've been using now for a few years.
So connected and bypass pin inserted.
And,
Release parking brake.
It's decent enough, and especially with the map you have a bit more customization available, but yeah, unfortunately it can be a bit cumbersome to use. Someone needs to make a very simple plugin like better pushback. That would be most useful. Anyway, there's Alpaca 815 pushing back. Just wait for our slot to come forward. And Alpaca 585 is still over there as well. Oh, thanks for those that did join. Oh my gosh, Alpaca 815, which way are you pointing? Surely you want to be in this direction for 16 right? No, no comments. Josiah. Unbelievable. Oh yes, are you using better push? Are you using GSX with the face, nose left, face, nose right? Causes me confusion every time I use it, so don't worry. Josiah says QNH is... sorry, they were using inches here. I assumed they used QNH because the weather here was on QNH look 1007, so I assumed that that would be the case here. I'll set that anyway. Very clunky, yeah, Steve. I like it. It's a big improvement, but still it's very clunky to use. I think this is quite a neat feature, and I think this is modelled well. Because the outside air temperature is 32 degrees, notice how we've not been able to get a huge amount of fuel in the wing tanks. You can get 3.9 tons in, but because it's hotter, the fuel density it's not as dense. So 3,840 kilos is as much fuel as you can get. So the fuel has had to put 100 kilos in the centre tank to bring my block fuel. And I made the mistake once years ago. I can't remember where we were, but I was still a first officer, and I requested. We needed 7.8 tons of fuel, and that's usually full wings in the 737. So I said to the fueler, "Can we have full wings, please?" And he filled the wings up, but because it was so hot, we only got about, I think it was 3.8 or something in. And we were slightly below minimum block fuel, so we had to call the fueler back just to get like a couple of 100 kilos in the centre tank. So I learned to never tell the fueler full wings, just tell them the number 7, 8, 8 tons, whatever. So there we are. Perfect. Right then, 2 minutes to go. Looks like Josiah should be on his way soon. We'll do the before start checks below the line at least. Told New Sky we're pushing off at 8:15, so that's all up and running in the background. That status was QNH. Okay, they're using QNH. Or they're using both. We'll just stick with QNH, that's what I'm familiar with. Right, get that heap of junk out of the way, Josiah. Having so surely the passengers love that. Oh, it happened. You know, things happen like that quite frequently. Having so I've had to probably 2 or 3 times in my career load additional fuel. The reason being is a new flight plan comes through. So I'll give you an example. We have a flight plan come through. It generates a slot of 2 hour delay. We take the weather's perfect en route. We take block fuel, standard block fuel. And then operations rings, look, we're giving you a new flight plan, which has a slightly longer routing, but it avoids the slot. And they send it through, and it's an extra 300 kilos of fuel required, and you go, oh, well, now I need more fuel. So sometimes you can speak to operations and say, look, I need more fuel. Is the slot going to improve? And then you discuss with them. But yeah, that happens, and I've had new flight plans before because airspace closures, and yeah, you just have to get the fuel truck back. It happens. So yeah. You've got to make sure you've got enough fuel for the flight. But yeah, I'd say it doesn't happen very often. Maybe I've had it a couple of times as a skipper.
Haneda traffic, Alpaca 71 lining up, runway 16 right, head of the track.
There's Alpaca 71, that's Dave, he's lining up. Come on, Josiah, I'm going to miss my departure time. 2 tons had to uplift fuel this week on a flight that got a major reroute around weather out of Florida. Had to add an initial 3.5
Juliet Papa, I'm just going to do a 180,
tons.
so feel free to push now.
Roger, thanks. Alright, he's going to do a little 180. There's enough room on the apron. Hopefully he won't suck all those bags into the engine. Perfect. Parking brake released. On time! 8:15 Zulu.
Starting pushback. And you may start engine.
Yeah, 2 tons. I've had that before. I've also had to refuel en route, because I think we mentioned it last stream, because there's no fuel available at the departure airport. So I've landed with sort of 3.5 tons, and we've just had to position 50 miles down the road to refuel. I had to do that once from Faro. I had to fly to was it Santander or I can't remember now. Just to Spain, but just across the border basically. All right, starting engine number 2.
And Haneda traffic, Alpaca 8:15, taxiing via
Head 2.
Whiskey to Alpha 15, runway 16 right.
All pressure, N1. Fuel on, check the spar valve. Dim bright off. There we are. There's Dave taking off in his Airbus. Superb. Better pushback working well. A few issues in the fly chasing for 737-200 with it. Alright, starter cut out, monitoring engine number 2, 2463, red line's gone, 2 stable, starting 1. Yeah, it's got a good sound. I think the you can't beat the Boris sound pack, the PMDG, that is the best. But I'd like the Zippo sounds. They've got this sort of uniqueness to it. They're not perfectly representing CFM56, but they're pretty good, I like them. N2, oil pressure, N1. Fuel on. Was David in Airbus? Sorry, was he in the 7.3? Not sure, 2 tons. I'll have a quick look on the radar. Yeah, he is in an Airbus. He's in a Neo. Outrageous. Okay, starter cut out. Cross 1 and 2. 2, 4, 6, 3. 1 and 2 stable. Perfect. Stephen, greetings.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
From Parma. Hope you're doing well. In a holiday, I guess.
Disconnecting to stand by.
My word, this airport is an assault on the senses. Gonna conjoin this and fly the gang for the first time. No problem, Steve. I hope you can make the next one. But yes, Parma is just... It's manic in the summer. I've not flown in for a while, but yeah, I enjoy it because it's just a classic destination, and it's a lovely, easy place to go to as long as the weather's on your side. But it's so busy. Can be a bit of pandemonium there on the apron with ATC sometimes. 2 tons had to go heavy today as Japan uses so many of them on domestic routes. Yeah, I looked on Flight Radar and I saw 777s on this particular route and A350s. Planey, hope you're doing well. No, Papa Yankee en route. Awesome stuff, man. Palmer or Palmer? Polymer. Polymer. Leper. That's what I call it. Alright, perfect. Looks like we're being lowered.
Hose disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. Well, see you next time and have a safe flight.
Ciao. Excellent. He's away. We'll imagine we've seen the pin. Let's do the before taxi flow. So all configured and set. Flaps to 5. Flight controls. Full forward. Full back. Left. Right. Rudders. Right and left. Awesome. Very cool. Blank lower DU, and then you'd read the before taxi checklist, which we'll imagine is complete. Alright. Pin scene. Tug drivers away. No tow bar. Happy days. And we're going to taxi to runway 16 right, just in a straight line. Okay, perfect. Parking brake released. Config. No config warning. Off we go to Fukuoka. Haneda traffic Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa taxi to runway 16 right. You know what? It's I miss not having ATC, but the group flight works well on Unicom, and I'll always try and organise it. But sometimes if it's outside of the US or Europe, it can be quite difficult to get in contact with them. VATSIM Japan's website is completely Japanese. I used Google to translate it, but I found the booking form. And when we last did the group flight in Japan, I used the event coordinator email. And I got a quick response. I've got all the emails in my inbox, but I tried it again. Just no response. It's about 7 days ago I emailed, but never mind. Oh no, Simba, you've had a SIM crash. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Ay. Domino, I thought you knew Japanese. I did. Yeah, you just struggled this week to remember. Anyway. Cool. Has 116. I've only been based here for 15 years. What airline's that? Alpaca 815. I hope you're not lining up on the taxi. That could have been a little runway incursion there. Has is... What airline is that? It's an A350. Can't see. Yeah, you know what I'd like to do a cross the pond or something. I missed the last couple, but or something like that. Air Canaries? No. Carabias.
Traffic Alpaca 815 lining up runway 16 right.
Oh, it's a bit of a float. Crikey. He's only just touched down. He's only just touched down! That's about 2/3 of the way down. You'd be surprised how quickly these things can stop though. His brake to vacate system's probably gone, nope. Yeah, he's made it, but he touched down a long way down the runway. There we are. Right, we're gonna go full length because just for the performance. And Josiah's gonna. By the time it gives us space in front of Josiah anyway, so we'll continue all the way passing the other runway. Go from there. Right, whilst we're doing that, we'll do the before takeoff checklist. So config I've checked, flaps we've got, 5.5 green light, stab trim is set for departure. That is 5.2 units set. Takeoff briefing, we've got PAX, auto bleeds on, V speed set, 51, 53, 59, set on the MCP. The departure is going to be the Guzro 1. Basically climbing straight ahead, right turn, 180 degree, and head towards Mount Fuji. Climbing flight level 320. Any problems will climb runway heading 3,000 feet. That's reviewed. We'll imagine we're cleared to cross 0422. Having a look here on the VAT radar map, there's no one on this approach, so we're cleared to cross.
Amazing. Okay, 15 taking off runway 16 right, departure to the northwest.
Sounds good. Perfect. And the 350 made no calls on advisory. Yeah, that's a good point actually. Didn't hear a single thing. Perfect. So there's no one on final on 16 right. There's no one in the vicinity, so we'll line up now. Perfect. Haneda traffic Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa lining up runway 16 right. Alrighty. Clear the line up and wait. Oops. Forgot to disable the X checklist app. Hold on. X checklist, where are you? There we are, don't need it, stay. So MCP is set transponder, TRA strobe lights on, and we'll just give some spacing for Josiah. It's just rotated on 16 right. Huge runway, 60 meters wide by the looks of it. I think all the stands I could see here in Tokyo were wide body stands, right? What's this United doing? Yeah, I think he's taxiing. Alright, we'll just give it some spacing, another minute or so.
Passing 1,500 feet, clear runway 16 right, continuing departure to the far west.
Perfect. Awesome stuff, there we are, lined up ready. Sinbad, I'm sorry to hear that. Were you in the 350? So ATC... Well, we might get some ATC later. There's approach and an area controller on. Interesting. No, Boeing, sodding Boeings. Okay. Oh man. There's Josiah. He's almost going to make his turn, I think. So we'll wait until he started his right turn and then we'll start following. Sometimes Palmer, actually, one of the places that someone mentioned they were at earlier, they take them off so close to each other. I had takeoff clearance once, the other aircraft, and they just rotated. And I was like, oh my goodness, we got a little bit of wake off them. But they were going in a different direction, to be fair. Alright, that should do us. And Haneda traffic, Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa takeoff runway 16 right. Alright, here we go. Toga's in chat. Let's go to Fukuoka pronunciation. Timing. I'll move my chair a bit back. Got the yoke on my lap. Okay, stabilised. Set takeoff thrust. There we are, 937. Takeoff thrust set indications on, and the left rudder being fed in here. Checked, release forward pressure. Apparently, but can't see any wind on the trim vector. Also, we're going to climb gear up and trim. I'll nav. Got to do the flight pass. It's X-plane. Try fly the aeroplane as well. 1,000 feet, bug up. Flight director bar is still really lazy in pitching down. It's really much quicker than that when you bug up. You know, flat one and improve climb speeds. Yeah, that flight director bar needs to be a lot lower. It needs to be about there. So I'm maintaining around sort of 1,000 feet per minute below the pitch bar. Flaps up. Had that issue last time, if I remember rightly, in the mod. Should be, that flight director bar should be around 10 degrees. Anyway, I'll pitch into it now as we approach the upspeed. Get the aircraft in trim. Around we go. To IMC, but what's the temperature? Yeah, 32 degrees. We don't need any engine anti-ice. Go below the upspeed, lower the nose. I see it trim the turn there. Great, flaps up, no lights. VNAV set standard. Passing 3.5, flight level 320. There we are, Command A, and we'll now do the after takeoff checklist. Turn the sim down a bit. There we are. Good. Water brake off. Gears off. Start switches off. Air conditioning and pressurization 1.5. That's slowly climbing. Temperature will start warming up as we climb. If you leave it there, you'll start getting very cold. Set. Matching the crew released. Now altimeter standard set, passing 4.4, flight level 320. After takeoff checks complete. Sweet. I hope we can see Mount Fuji today. It's a lot cloudier than it was yesterday. Awesome. Alright, so this SID has us routing. Oh yeah, fortunately now it doesn't work on that scene, but there we are. Inbound Kamat, we should be out to above 9,000 feet, no problem. RMP departure. I've got the Tokyo VR active, but we're not using it on the SID today. There's the route. It's quite cloudy now. So it's quite humid as well. Josiah, you had a crash to desktop as well, right after takeoff 5,000 feet out of Melbourne. Oh, first one in 2024. Ouch. Happens to the best of us. There we go. So all said and done, we should be landing around 10:53. Hello, Tall Order Group. Morning. Finally caught a live stream. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the AGF members only group flight. We've just taken off from Haneda on the Guzro 1 departure. Everything is all hunky-dory. Just making a left turn inbound Leia and hopefully Mount Fuji. Oh, it's already there. Yes. X-Plane map enhancement had a massive update recently as well. There was basically a new base package to download. It was about 180 gigabytes. A lot of it's still streamed online. I don't actually know what the base package is. I think it's all the mesh, but got the space on this PC, so it should look very nice. We'll have to fire up the Oriental music again as we fly past. Awesome. I think our last group flight, we was it Tokyo? I can't remember. Maybe we went northeaster island, didn't we? So yeah, I'll have to see what's going on. Oh, I think my iPad's giving up the ghost. Altimeter is passing 103, flight level 320, pre-cruise check. So fuel 4 pumps. We've got that 100 kilos in the centre tank to use. It takes usually about 5 seconds for the pumps to start picking up the fuel. But there we are. Lights. APU's off, pressurization 3.8 and set. Needs the passengers recall. There we are, check's complete. Vince, first MOGF in ages and HC in Fukuoka when we departed. Amazing. Yes, we had it in Haneda and then they disappeared. But I don't know, I think that's just maybe a few guys just controlling on a Saturday evening in Japan. But unfortunately they never responded to request for ATC. Sweet. Tell you what, performance is a bit tight actually for Fukuoka. Now they should just about going to make it, I think. 4.6. Yeah, just. Let's caution fuel. Yeah, centre pump's dry. Only just making that restriction at Leia actually. Just. Should be passing it at 13,652. It's tight. I'll select airports as well. The train looks fantastic in the haze. You can see the sun. I love that. The sun sort of coming through the gaps in the cloud. Very nice. Superb. Is this still Tokyo? I know Tokyo is massive, isn't it? It sprawls and sprawls and sprawls. Airfield there. Should have some sunlight still by the time we get to Fukuoka. The sun will just have set. Shouldn't have any wingtip vortices from the air condensing and cooling at this altitude. HMS Daring, any intentions using X-World Pro? Probably not. I don't know what it does. Anything that sort of... I'm always a fan, especially X-Plane, of running as few add-ons and plugins as possible. So I'm very pleased with how X-Plane Map Enhancement looks. I'm very pleased with the default atmospherics. As few extras as possible is always a good thing. Josiah, anyone notice if you took a quick nap? Yes, with controlled rest, set an alarm. What time is it, Josiah? Ruben, your 12th group flight in a row. Wow, 1 year without missing one. That's amazing. This is my 80th in a row. That's bonkers, actually. I think it's like 1 in 10 live streams are a group flight. Yeah, I think I've done something like 600-700 live streams, or even more than that. 3:35 in the morning. Ouch. I'm just going from earlies to lates. So yeah, I had some really early starts last week, but I've got some nice shifts this week, sort of finishing. My latest finish is 11 o'clock at night, which is not too bad. Back to work tomorrow. Ah, sun looks great, doesn't it? Look at that, peering through. And there is Mount Fuji. Very nice. Still using Bing Maps. Hello Larry, good morning to you. Happy flying. Couldn't join in this one, but we'll keep looking for opportunities to do future ones. Always welcome on every group flight. I hope you got your overlay sorted. I did see your post. I think I'm the only one that probably you know that uses it, but I don't pay too much attention to it. It seems to be working okay by side. Steve, Pro apparently has a less performance hit, so I read, but I can't confirm that as I don't use X-Plane anymore. Okay. Oh, you're talking about X-Plane Map Enhancement Pro, or I don't know that. I don't know, maybe. I know there's a premium version of this, but you know what? The stock one, it's all right. If you zoom right in, it looks a bit blurry, but for the sort of flying I do, it's absolutely fine. Ooh, precipitation. X-Plane's still doing this. It's still 11 degrees at 20,000 feet, so we're not even in icing conditions, but we'll drop off soon, and we'll just use a little bit of engine anti-ice. Oh, looks like we're ascending into heaven. Look at that. Very cool. Whoa! Leave my sun visor. Isn't it Shift S for sunglasses in the sim? There we are. I don't think it makes much difference really. There we are. 10 degrees in precipitation, engine anti-ice on. Remind me to turn it off once I get above the cloud. If we get above the cloud. Gotta check out Mount Fuji though. Not sure about the precipitation at this altitude. There it is. Tall order group, yeah, new X-Plane will further improve things on hers. Oh, do you want me to get some of my Japanese Oriental music on? Stand by. I've got my Epidemic browser open here. Search by mood, Japanese garden music. It's my favourite. Sounds of Japan, here we go. Oh, I think there's some sort of... Here we go, let's have a listen to this one. Oh yes, perfect! There we go. joy. Mount Fuji peering out of the clouds. Perfect. Flying like a Zen. Oh, I think the weather's just changed in the sim. Instantly. Screenshot wherever it is. I'll try and wait until the clouds are finished. Oh gosh, what's going on out there? I've just taken a screenshot. And I can use stapler cam. Slow climb at these temperatures, plainly. Yeah, it'll be the fact it's so warm. Serenity. Until the master caution comes up. We should have switched the tail to a Japanese themed tail. The car music might have affected the weather. Possibly. Lovely. Very nice. Gotta get Mount Fuji back into view. Oh, look at that. Spectacular. Oh, what's going on with the weather though in X-Plane? It's just changing continuously. There we are. Oh, it's on auto. Goodness knows what's going to play next. Slightly different. I think this is also... It's Japanese theme though. That's pretty cool. We'll go with it. It's a little bit of a different pace. I mean, I can stick with this. It's called Obitogo. Oh, there we are. Bye-bye. Well, we can stick with the Japanese themed music at least, but anyway. Cruising on up to 320. Bye-bye, Mount Fuji. Don't know when we'll next see you again in a stream or flight, but there it is. It's an anime song for sure. Yeah, there's all sorts. So, yeah, this is all sounds of Japan. The mood... What's the mood under this one called? Yeah, this Arcade Fever? What's this one all about? Similar. I'll stick with the Japanese... Yeah, this is Sounds of Japan. I want sort of garden. Wait, hold on. Japanese garden. A little bit of turbulence here. We'll just keep an eye on that. That's more like it. There we are. Right, engine anti-ISO -1. A little bit of light turbulence. -27 outside. Oh. Well, I hope we're not going to be sat on the cloud at 320. Oh yeah, I forgot this map shows traffic, doesn't it? I haven't used the Habitat default map in ages. 15 minutes crawling up to 28,000 feet. Glow sticks and sports cars out. Anyway, hopefully we'll see some crossing traffic, seeing it is a crossfire. I don't know how different the routing is between the two routes. Let's just pop on live traffic again. I don't know where the others are. There you are. I think that's going to be you guys down there, isn't it? Yeah. I think if we look at the distance later to the left, we'll hopefully see you guys. It's getting a little bit choppy here. Seatbelt signs on. This is what I want Microsoft Flight Simulator to implement. Just a little bit of occasional turbulence. HMS Daring 1, what's your maximum duty time? Is that from when you leave your house? No. So obviously it's your responsibility to ensure that you are at the airport on time. So if you obviously live farther away, they're not going to start giving you reducing your duty. It's not fair on everyone else. So your duty starts at report time. So for us, that's 45 minutes before the first scheduled departure. So you must be there at least by that time. If you report earlier, that's on your back. Most people arrive an hour before, but the duty starts at -45. Some people do rack up at -45. But it's not in the benefit of rocking up right at -45, especially if you're a training captain and I've got stuff to go over with the student before we go flying, because usually there's objectives. Oh look at the headwind increase. Has that wind just swung around? Look at that rate of climb just go whoosh.
1,000 to go.
Check. So sometimes if you're just sat on top of clouds, it's not desirable because it's where the bumps are. -36. I've got to leave the engine anti-ice on as well. So sometimes it's worthwhile, if you can get it from ATC, request a cruise level that's higher. Sometimes that's not always possible because you can be capped. When I say capped, you know, ATC won't let you go any higher for whatever reason. Just the weather difference is crazy. What's it like? Send a screenshot to the group flight forum post. I'm quite curious as to how it's looking Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. I mean, I'm going to look here on the weather. I've got no weather appearing on my radar. But if we look here, I'm in an area of SIGMET. Let's have a look at the radar. I just need to cycle it. Yeah, I mean, look, to be fair, Josiah, I'm sat here in cloud. It should be like this. No, it should be as we continue in this direction, clear of this weather, but it's all clear. There's nothing on the weather radar at all. I'll whack up the gain, see if that picks up anything. Gain to maximum. Is there something painting there, like a tiny dot? Altitude, just going to go to manual and lower the altitude a bit. So that's at 32,000 feet. Let me just set it to 20,000 feet. I don't know how well this works. When I tested it all when it was released, the API for it, whatever it's called, it worked quite well. But I've got the gain to maximum at 20,000 feet. And there's absolutely nothing being picked up, which I find a bit dubious. Weather radar's still broken, is it? Okay. Worked for a period of time. Anyway, back to auto and gain to calibrate. So yeah, it's a big difference, but we should be in cloud based off what we can see on the chart here. See what happens as we continue in this direction. But yeah, the turbulence seems to have eased. I might just step up to 3-4 just to see if I can get out the cloud. So set 340 here on the MCP, and then I can push out into vents. N1V nav speed. It might be that we have increased headwind, so our ground speed we'll take a note of. It's 441 knots. Oh, I have to wait until the 12.4 update. Okay. fair, Carl Childers. What happened then? I guess an update broke in. See if I can just get out of this cloud by climbing 2,000 feet. Slowly hauling itself up. Cool. Once we get there, we'll do a fuel check. Next stop will climb at 340 is going to be at NDAG. Have a look there. Without going into too much detail, but I think you guys are probably reasonably aware of what's going on in my personal life at the moment. August is going to be very busy and a very important month for my family. So I'm not going to give any dates away or anything like that, but there might be, when things do happen, a period where I'm just away for about a week or so as we just get used to the new normal. And I know it's quite not always around all the time now anyway, but it's going to be a busy month. Hopefully all goes well. But I'll keep you posted within reason. But if you don't hear anything for a few days, you probably know what's going on. Exactly, guys. Exactly. We're ready. We're as ready as we can be. I don't have to do anything. I've just got to be there.
As we go.
Cargo guy, good morning. Oh no, WASM crash on loading, restarting sim, going to be a little late. This didn't happen on my test sector. It happens, cargo guy. It happens. Now I'm just watching this carefully. I really don't know what's going on with the mod here. There's been no change in headwind, but it's in VNAV speed. It should be pitching exactly for this magenta line, exactly this, not right below MMO at 8.1. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, 340 no better. I'm still sat in cloud. I might be able to get the engine anti-ice off now though. Yeah, minus 42, so I can take the engine anti-ice off. Oh, Steve, I know. I mean, I wouldn't say it's too difficult for me. I don't have anything, but my goodness. Yeah, Joe struggled with this one. Anyway. Yeah, Ruben, I am. Stephen, as if Microsoft Flight Sim is now more stable than X-Plane. To be fair, Microsoft Flight Sim has been very stable. I have never, touch wood again, had a crash in 2024. Never. I don't think I have. Anyway, max continuous thrust set with the cruise. Just past Endags. Do a quick time of fuel check. Remembering that we took an extra 600 kilos of fuel for the weather avoidance. Not that we can see it because the weather radar's broken. Endags, 23 minutes airborne. We are exactly 23 minutes. You can see it on the clock there. We should have 5.1. We took an extra 5.7 in the tanks, hopefully. 5.8, good. And fuel burn should be at Endag 2.1 tons. We've used 2 tons, 2.1. Perfect, fuel burn is exactly as expected. Let's continue westbound. Yeah, it's not been ideal with that weather, Steve, as well. On my poor garden, it's all that lovely grass I worked on is all yellow now. Ugh, full of weeds. Sasha, good day, good morning. Just back from a lovely wander around the North Downs. Now for some entertainment. Also having a lovely time. Beautiful. Josiah, you're at 340, but you've got clouds 5 above and 10 below, but nothing otherwise. So I'm still sat in the cloud, but that would make sense with what we're seeing on the weather radar return as well. We're just out of it now. Might take a while for the weather to update in the sim. Still a little bit of light turbulence, I think. You can see the wing moving around a little bit. So just keep the belts on a bit longer. Am I keeping the Japanese garden music on for a bit longer? A bit louder, a bit quieter? Or off? Sweet. So top of descent, about 35 minutes away. Get some weather as we get closer. There's still ATC online. It's pretty cool to see. And on the left here, albeit very far away, we've got the Crossfire traffic. So there's Plainly. I'm not sure we're going to be able to see him. Oh look, you know, credit to X-Plane. Look, we've just come out of the weather here, and it's sort of depicting that in the sim, I think, quite nicely. There you are, look, leaving the cloud, and we've got some nicer conditions ahead. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, that seems to be depicting that live weather really nice. Plainly, I'm not sure if we'll be able to see you. About, yeah, it's quite a big track deviation. You know, I don't want to zoom in too far. It makes me nervous and explain. Yeah, unfortunately, because the routing is quite far apart, I think you're probably a good 50 miles away. Ah, shame. Music is gentle, blends into the mood perfectly. Well, I will leave it on very quietly in the background. Right past summer, it's felt like we've had the heat wave temps as normal with the occasional cold wave. Yeah, I mean, it's lovely and cool this morning. It's going to be mild, but I think we're getting hot temperatures again next week, aren't we? And you've got haze too. Derek one, yeah, I'm permanently scarred after the crash and X-Plane resuming in. Yeah, they had an issue with an earlier build, didn't they? If you zoomed in, it just crashed the sim. It's making me really nervous too. I'm sure it's been fixed. But yeah, when it happened, I was in the middle of a stream, wasn't I? I was like, not doing that. Yeah, X-Plane haunted me for a while, but ever since it's all been on my new PC with clean install, touch wood again, I've touched wood a long time, we won't have any more issues. 2 tons, excellent. 2 tons, where did you come in today? You, oh no, I saw you in Tokyo. Come join us. And Alpaca 585 behind me as well. Should have ATC later, look. Got an area controller online and approach. Nice weather. There's a typhoon down here as well. Clear of that. Moving 25 degrees in Switzerland right now. It's mostly, have you had more snow and ice melt this year? I haven't flown over the Alps for ages. I've been mostly doing sort of East Europe and Spain, Canaries, Portuguese flights the last sort of 6 months. And again, I only fly about 250, 300 hours a year, so some destinations I've not been to in years. I enjoyed flying this week though. First time I've flown for about a month, and had some nice days out. 2 days line training. It was quite intensive, but enjoyed it nonetheless. I've got my TRI renewal this month as well. So when you have a TRI, so I have a TRI on both my UK CAA license and my EASA license, and it has to be renewed every 3 years. So you have to do something called an AOC. So it stands for Assessment of Competence. You basically run a session with either someone from the authorities, or the authorities can assign an in-house instructor who's a senior examiner instructor to watch your session. So that, yeah, I've got someone watching me today, not today, next week, but should be good for another 3 years, pending a successful pass. And then my TRE renewal is next year. So this is one of the things as a pilot, you have to be poked, prodded and checked every 6 months, which is fine to keep your license current. But then I also have to have a 3-year TRI assessment, a 3-year TRE assessment. The training department can also choose to randomly give you AOCs, and it's usually random, not based on feedback. You then have an LTC line check as a line pilot, but also as a line training captain I have to have a 3-yearly line training captain check as an LTC. So yeah, it's every year I have at least 2 checks, as every other pilot, but within that 3-year period an additional number of checks as well. Do you get anxious about the assessments? I wouldn't say anxious. There's always an element of apprehension. No one likes being checked and assessed on your ability, but you just get on with your job. You know you can do it, been trained to do it, and that's it really. So I just get on with it, really. And as a trainer and checking myself, I try to make the environment as calm as possible for every LPC and OPC. You know, it's very serious. You have to obviously remind them of the constraints of the check and the limitations, but we're all professional. I try to do it in as a relaxing atmosphere as possible. There's nothing worse than if you're doing a check and your examiner's a bit sort of grumpy or anything like that, but never had that, to be fair. I've been a TRE, yeah, so I went back having stored to the training department 3 years ago, and then I was a TRI 10 years ago when I was an SFI, but that lapsed when I became a captain. But yeah, this will be my coming up to 3 years I've been back in the training department now. Some of you, I'm sure, will remember when I went back to the training department. Carl, they can delegate the examiner to an airline employer. Yeah, so the authorities can delegate examiners in-house. They have to be checked. I think they're annually checked by the authority. So EASA would come in and watch. I've also had EASA come and monitor my sessions. So they'll periodically come to a training department and just watch sessions, just to make sure everything's being done as per the approval for the ATO, their training organisation. It's all being applied as per the EASA regulations. So yeah, it's like an audit basically. So yeah, it's I've had a couple of audits. I've had one. I know, not as an examiner. I've had my AOC was by an EASA examiner for a TRE, and I've also had a couple of EASA audits as a TRI running training sessions. Bain, you've had great ATC in Fukuoka. Centre has no accent at all. Approach can be a little hard to understand, but still fair. Far better than our Japanese, I'm sure. Ruben, yeah, what snow? 3 to 5 days of snow per year at my place the last 4 years. But would you have historically gotten snow? But it's not been cold on glaciers. Yeah, Ruben, I've seen these posts of glaciers where they sort of had a sign up saying this is where the glacier was in 2008, and now you look where it is. It's about 3 kilometres away. It's quite scary, really. Daffy, but who checks the authorities? Never ending, is it the king? I think the EASA is the final stop, you know, let's say. Brilliant. No one enjoys being tested. No, absolutely. This life has to be done. A bit of stress makes you safer and stronger. Absolutely. Hey, a little bit of stress actually is optimal for performance. When you look at stress as a sort of a CRM perspective, too little stress, you become unstimulated and bored, and you lack vigilance and ability to monitor. So it can be an issue on the flight deck on long flights. The optimum amount of stress is something that's keeping you busy, aka light training, but then obviously you've got the opposite end, burnout, where you're overstressed. So it's finding that balance, really. Says tickets, just about based in Tokyo. Oh dear. Anyway, look, very good X-Plane Live weather. We're out of all that horrible guff, and it's clear ahead, and that looks like what we can see in the simulator. Very nice. Yeah, due to have snow in January, February from the early 2000s. Yeah, I can believe it. Yeah, X-Plane looking very nice. Very good. Pushing the halfway point soon as well. Where are we flying overhead? I know this airspace very well, but I have to remind myself we're flying just to the north of help me guys, of Osaka. Is it Osaka? Yes, Osaka, I remembered. Off to the left, not that I can see much today. Oh no, there it is. Very built up down there. Kyoto. Sweet. What's the local time here in Japan as well? It's just past 10 o'clock British summer time. The time in Kyoto. Where am I going? Fukuoka. It's 6 o'clock in the evening. Perfect. Just check the weather. Winds from the east now, so definitely still expecting 1-6 left for arrivals. Or 1-6 right, sorry. A few clouds, 32 degrees, QNH 1003. Nice evening. Bit of a brisk crosswind though, 10 knots. We'll be okay. Oh, Simbe, yes, the Dutch King is a first officer. Yes, he has his ATPL, doesn't he? Yeah, Daffy, I think isn't the Thai King or someone in Thailand in royalty keeps flies in, or is it Bhutan I'm thinking of? I don't know. There definitely is. Oh, Josiah, my Japanese geography is on another level. I don't want to show off or anything, so I won't mention anything today. But yeah, there we are. Reuben Lake, Constance, quite large lake, freeze over once in 1963, but that was a record. I think it's frozen over since, has it? That's it. Thai King rated on the 7.3. Very cool. Wasn't our king? Was it King Charles? Did he fly something as well? 2 tons. It's better that you don't show off your geography knowledge. Oh no, absolutely. I don't want to put anyone down, you know, anything. So I best not highlight my Japanese geography thing. Yep. King and Thailand on the 7.3. Former F-16 pilot. Well, he's cool. Well, I was reading about the NASA administrator. I didn't realise that he's actually very rich, multi-billionaire, and he owns a private MiG-29, which is pretty cool. There was a post someone made, I think, of him flying at an air show. Jared or something, I can't remember his name. Yeah, he owns some sort of defence contracts or something like that. That's when he made his money. King Charles was the Phantom, did he? know that. Yeah, turn that incident 1 and 4 6s. Tell me you flew the Phantom though. Perfect. So yeah, I think we'll have sunset by the time we get to Fukuoka. A very, very nice time to fly the approach. I think we just got some ATC though, you know, it just happens to be some controllers on, which is quite nice. So we should have some ATC. Fukuoka West is online. Very cool. There's all of you heading eastbound to Tokyo. Very, very nice. Arabian Princess Leonor of Spain is flying around in a Pilatus. Is that it? PC-21 recently? Very cool. Yeah, quite a lot of royalty then. Obviously, Prince William was a helicopter pilot for the Navy. Search and rescue. Stephen Jenkinson used to be my top trump for the MiG-29. Yes, wasn't it? I don't know the NATO code names. Is it MiG-25 Foxbat that can do Mach 3 or something ridiculous? I think the MiG-29 is no slouch. Sorry, old jet now, isn't it? I think one of the best air shows I've ever seen went to Riyadh years ago, and I saw the Su-27. That was phenomenal. I love the Russian stuff. Shame about current world conflict, isn't it, really? Foxbats, that's it. Yeah, you could, before the Ukraine war, I think there was a company, you could fly out to Russia and you could back seat on a MiG-25 or something. It was like, it cost 100,000 euros or something. And you go up at 80,000 feet back through it and come back down or something. And there is a company in South Africa, you can fly on a Lightning. Like Jet City or something like that. Yeah, Prince Harry Apache in Afghanistan, Prince William search and rescue and air ambulance. Very cool. Shame those two have a torrid relationship. Oh dear. Shame about, I mean, I am a royalist. I love the royal family. I wouldn't say I'm, you know, any more patriotic than that. But it's a great shame because Prince Harry used to be really popular. Very popular royal. I think William still is, but yeah, I don't think he has that same sort of backing now since he moved to America. Steve, a few flat earthers benefit from flying up to 80,000 feet. Oh, they'd still deny it. Even if you put one in space, they'd be saying there's a projector or something like that. Oh dear. Yep, he did, Steve, unfortunately. We all know why, but we'll leave it at that. Oh dear. Where are we overhead now? Still north of Osaka, being such a large city. Oh, actually, no, we're northwest. It's very built up along the coast, isn't it? Next is Yokohama. We've got Akko. Yeah, I had some nice sake there once. Off down route. There it is. You can see the coast. Beautiful. Alright, top percent's coming up soon. We'll grab the ATIS momentarily and see what's going on down in. I need to learn the pronunciation of this place. At least I can spell it right. Here we go.
Fukuoka.
Fukuoka. Fukuoka.
Fukuoka.
Okay, perfect. I shall pronounce it like that. Fukuoka. There we are. Amazing. So, top percent coming up soon. We'll grab the ATIS shortly. Start setting up for the approach landing on one of the southeasterly runways. 16 left or right. And then we'll go from there. Next group flight, guys, 81, probably be in the latter stages of September. So I think we've actually managed to do one every 4 weeks periodically for about 6 months. So we're up to the 8th of August now. It'll probably be after mid-September, so it might be a bit of maybe a 6-week break or something. So I'll find a weekend I'm free mid to end September. It says RMP 16 left. Oh, that's cool. We can plan for an RMP approach. Still via NTIX. Just double check the transition. Yes, NTIX. Perfect. So I'll sort out all these charts. Can't unpin any of these because they're airport charts. It'd be quite nice once you've departed if you can actually clear all these, but because they're on the flight plan, you can't unpin them, I don't think. So if you press this and press the unpin, you can't actually remove it, but you know, what's the point of keeping them if they're not available? What's all this? What? Take off and landing days. Ooh, that's new. Didn't know that you could do stuff like that. Not that I'd want to waste time doing that, but what's craft? Is that some sort of acronym used by an airline? Very cool. It's like a little scratch pad. That's neat, but I prefer pen and paper as per the real aircraft as well. Let's go over here. Start selecting the approach charts. So a little dicky bird told me it'll be the RMP for 16 left. It doesn't matter, it's the same star. That's one thing I've ever understood. The MSA, look, 5,000 feet all around for the RMP, but for the ILS you can add the different segments. Never understood that. Don't always see that all the time, but there we are. And we are, yeah, 110 miles. Let's start setting up, especially if it's an RMP approach. So, hand over control to Jim, thank you very much. We're going to the descent page, forecast. We'll fetch the wind through ACARS. Clearance limit route altitude frequency transponder. Oh, don't know who uses that. We have a few acronyms. Let's load those in. Weather in Fukuoka then, very nice. 080 at 10 knots, 31 degrees, altimeter 1033. So I can preset that now. We'll execute this, and I'll preset the QNH here on the PFD 1003. So we do this as an SOP actually, just so when we get the actual ATIS, which I've got via text, but you can then compare it to the expected QNH. Fixtures in then for runway 16 left. Put in a 10-4 mile for VMC conditions. Cruising at 34,000 feet, so 3 times the height. It's going to be 102 miles roughly till the airport until we descend. Increase the scale. Yeah, you can see it's just around the top descent point for situation awareness. Let's have a look at this arrival then. Oh yeah, I'm going to use my EFIS pedal. So I'll do that and bring the charts up so it's here. Try and get it all into view for you. There we are. Perfect. So starting at gear in. There it is. Step. So at or above 12,000 feet. That checks the FMC. Holding there. If we're not cleared further on, Idoli, Nib, Ambib. Ambib 9000. And this is what you call a point merge arrival. Basically, you fly this, what would have been conventionally a DME arc, it's now an RMP arc, all the way around at 9,000 feet, and then when AT are ready, they'll just peel you inbound to NTIX. You have the exact same thing into Dublin, so you can maintain 9,000 feet, and then when you get direct to NTIX, you'll be on profile. So it's a really nice for descent planning arrival to manage. You just got to make sure you're at 9,000 feet. No speed restriction there, so I'll be at 240 knots and fly the arc. That goes all the way around to Opcos, 210 knots, and then they'll just route you direct to NTIX if you're not cleared. You do the full arrival. So it prevents you having to prevents them having to put aircraft into a hold when it's busy. They just can keep you on the arc and then peel you off once they've got the spacing. So that's done. Just before I carry on here, Josh Grayson, good afternoon. News from me. Just got my R66 license today, so thought I would watch your stream to celebrate. You'll have to remind me, Josh Grayson, what is R66? Is that a pilot's license, or is it for a Robinson? I'm not sure, buddy. Forgot to ask you, you're going to fly the A220? Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to fix it because there seems to be multiple issues. I think the latest update stopped working on ILS approaches or something. So I watched some of the previews of people and I wasn't impressed with the performance and a few other quirks and bugs. But yeah, once it's sort of stabilised, I'll jump into it. Cool, that's the arrival looked at. Let's have a look at the RP approach. So final approach course is 158. I'll set that under courses now. Above. You know what, that happens to be the exact same runway QDM as Tokyo Haneda. Very good. We're not using the channel system, we're using LNAV VNAV minima without LPV. And the minimums for the LNAV VNAV minima is 510. So notice with LNAV VNAV minima, this is a decision altitude, so you don't need to add 40 feet because it is technically a precision approach. So I'll set that on the PFD in the background, which I'm doing now. RVR requirements then, based off the aircraft category, so category C, 1200 meters, not an issue today. They'd be using the ILS anyway if it was low visibility. So just setting the Barrett minimums in the background. You can hear me flicking the EFIS panel on the wing control. There we are, 510 feet is set. So once we get established after active, which is the initial fix, oops, sorry. Want to just identify the final approach fix. The final approach fix is AMDUB, so 2 miles before that we'll set the minima, 600 feet, verify VNAV path speed into vent. And it's a glide path of 3 degrees, all these random altitudes, 1474, 933, all checks. We'll set the missed approach altitude at top of the white bar on the PFD, which is 1,000 feet above the ground. And then we're going to route direct to Foxtrot 6, Lima 52, which checks to Yamek. So then we a left turn to Fox 601, mandatory 6,000 feet, so that's the initial stop altitude. And then to the Iki VOR, hold 1074 left hand turns. If you press hold, you should be able to see it there. 074 left hand turns. So that's all coded and checked. So RMP approach. We always discuss how we're going to fly it. So no cold temperature corrections required, and we've preset the QNH minimums. And configuration sequence, I'll probably take flat 1, flat 5, and then by 10 miles. I'm sure that's selected. We'll play gear down flat 15 at around 4 miles. Mode LNAV VNAV with autopilot autothrottle. If we're visual, we shouldn't need to recycle the flight directors because the runway point is coded in the FMC. And the landing gate will need to be fully stabilised by 500 feet. There, our runway point's coded. There we are, so that's how we're going to fly it. One thing left to do then, for 16 left, just check the performance. There we are. So 16 left, 2,800 metres. We'll vacate to the domestic terminal, I guess? Yeah, domestic terminal, won't it be, because it's a domestic flight, so we're expecting a turn to the left. Have a quick look at the performance. We use the Zebo performance calculator. Yeah, Simba is their first aircraft, better shape than the A350 when it's first. Let's just see. I just want it to get settled, bugs fixed before if I was to fly now, I'll be honest, I'd say it's probably not ready for release, but give them every benefit to fix the issues. Right then, what we're doing, landing performance was right, so fuel weight balance, landing performance, runway 16 left. Let's put in the weather. It is 080 at 10, variable between, worst case will be 120 at 10 knots. Oh no, that would be best case, sorry, 040 at 10 knots. So there'll be a tailwind there, temperature 31, QNH is 1003, and there's ATC. We'll finish the rest later. Please contact, it says 133.6. Center display, there we are. Fukuoka Center, good evening. Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa, maintaining flight level 340 to Basel.
Alpaca 8 Juliet Papa, squawk control, squawk 613.
6130. Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa. 613.
Control direct 615. We're having 12,000 feet. Can climb to flight level 180. Squawk.
So we got the squawk in.
4677 with you.
Just finished landing performance.
615 squawk control, climb and maintain.
Burning a ton.
63.8.
63.8.
Climb and maintain flight level
Probably flat 30 would be good for
615.
us. Quite heavy, but
Fukuoka Control, good afternoon, KP 542, flight level 370.
30. Flat 30 order break 3, look,
540,
1800
squawk
metres,
control,
we'll
squawk
vacate the first convenient exit.
6161.
Squawk 6161, KP 542.
Second detent reverse, there we are, briefing's complete, the OMP approach.
Good evening, Alpaca 585, flight level
16 left crosswind, 10 knots, not too bad. Yeah, with the variable winds, worst case was a tailwind, but we'll see what X-Plane does with regards to variable winds. Sometimes it can bring some quite interesting results.
Alpaca 8 Juliet Papa, radar contact, maintain flight level 340.
Maintain flight level 340, Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa. If he's Japanese, his
SA
English is
540, radar
brilliant.
contact, maintain flight level 370.
Maintain flight level 370.
Simba, yeah, 103 fixed a good lot of initial ones, and 104 is coming out next week. Which
Alpaca
looks
585, radar contact,
like
maintain
another
flight
hefty
level
one, very good.
320.
Maintain flight level 320.
Well, I'll
Alpaca 585.
probably wait until it goes into the Indie Build store. Why do Indie Builds release in Marketplace first, then the store later? Is there a reason behind that? Obviously, they're heavily invested in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and they work closely together.
Alpaca 71, contact Fukuoka approach 119.65. 119.
Yeah, it's a shame they cut ties with me a while back. I'd love to have got access to their sceneries. Their sceneries are amazing. But I was very critical of their aircraft in 2024 when it was released. Piracy, anti-piracy. Oh, really? So is there oh, I guess. Surely, if I don't understand these things. Is the aircraft susceptible to piracy then in the if you use the Indie Build store? I transfer my aircraft to my Indie Builds account anyway. The ones I purchased, well, I say ones I purchased. The Marketplace TriStar I transferred once it was available. Oh, I don't. Encrypted sounds like very difficult to hack then.
Alpaca 815, maintain flight level
Yeah, I'm actually quite
340.
surprised. Sometimes, you know, you purchase some aircraft or scenery from Sim Marketplace or Contrail, you download it. Actually, I don't think that's the case with Contrail, but because Sim Marketplace, some of the X-Plane files, you download it. It's just a file, and there's nothing stopping me from sending that to whoever I want to. You know, it's so easy for someone to do that. I'm like, well, is there a way of doing this in a bit more of a secure fashion? I think it happens with a lot of X-Plane products. Very few X-Plane add-ons sort of have install files, you know, you just drag it into the relevant folder.
Lima Heavy, flight level 340.
Alpaca 2 Tango Lima, squawk control, squawk 6145.
Squawk 6145 to Tango Lima.
Yeah, if you want to use mods, use store versions of planes. Very interesting. Anyway, let's see how we're progressing. There we are, approaching Basel. Oh, Hiroshima, obviously very famous for the wrong
Alpaca
reasons.
2 Tango Lima, radar contact, maintain flight level 340.
There it is, just off to our left-hand
Maintain flight level
side.
340, Alpaca 2 Tango
Yeah,
Lima.
if you're over there, 1945, you would have been seeing a sight for sore eyes. Lucas Japan, are you live time in the sim? It should be dark. Absolutely live time, yeah. I mean, it's I don't think so. If you look at Fukuoka now, well, it shouldn't be. This is complete live time, live weather in Japan right now. 9:22 Zulu. Sunset's coming. Yeah, get ripped and put on certain websites, yeah. I think once I had a member who I did ban and kick because he was trying to flunk some. Well, he had pirated software and he was showing off. I just kicked him straight away. I'm so sorry, I'm not doing that here. Yeah, Simba. Of course. Yes, a lot of X-Plane products need a code. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, Felis, Tolis, FlyJSim, and they use the standard code thing. Yeah, that's one way of getting around it. Of course, I forgot about that. But sometimes I've downloaded sceneries and it's just the file with no code. And I think, oof, you've got to protect yourself. Very interesting. You should fly some of the Tolis stuff. Again, I know the Airbus thing's always a joke, but I think their Airbuses are really well respected. I want to fly, you know, I like the Felis 742. I want to fly that again.
Skymark 020, last space, next sector flying, frequency change approved.
Oh, I've got an aircraft right behind me.
Orange Line 522, last space, next sector flying.
There it is, Alpaca 585 on my tail. Absolutely hooting it down. Yeah, my ground speed's catching up. I'll give something for AC to do to coordinate.
Control predicts 615.
Chinese Felis have been updated recently, very good. That's the Colombo Concord been updated.
615, right,
such a mixed
350, maintain flight 330.
aircraft. I think it has had a few updates.
Moving by level 330, predicts 615. Charlie FedEx 615, you're westbound, I can't give you flight level 350, it's flight level 340 or 360.
Thanks.
Flight level 360.
Start releasing on Marketplace makes no sense though. If you release it on any manager later, prices are just going to wait. Maybe it's a supply and demand thing though. Because if you can get access to it early, people want the aircraft without purchasing it. So maybe it's a demand thing, not supply and demand. Now everyone that wants it's bought it, they've got a license, so less yearning to copy it. Hiroshima seen and gone, and there's reset MC mounted. I'll request descent. Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa, request descent.
Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa, this is maintain flight level 240, transit to speed 300 knots or greater.
Send flight level 240 on transition 300 knots or greater. Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa. So 240 checked. We've started our descent. Just going to turn down the old Japan God music slightly and go to the FMC. Put 771/300 or greater, so we'll go 310. Execute. That's going to probably change my path and put me a bit below it. That's fine. And then the auto throttle will maintain this speed until it transitions to 310 knots. Down we go. Why is it?
Japan Air 14 kilo, kilometer maintain, flight level 360.
Come on, VNAV, 1,000 feet per minute. There you go.
Maintain 360, Japan Air 14 kilo.
Tall order group, you enjoy the Airbus streams. They're always a bit of a joke. But they're 330, I think, because it's got lots of cool features.
585, that's what I maintain, flight level 240, transit to speed 280 knots or less.
Zebo is the OG exception for sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. I flew the PMDG, no, it was the iFly, wasn't it, a couple of months ago, and I think I had a couple of people comment, oh, please go back into the Zebo, it's traditional. Yeah, I think, I don't know how many Zebo streams I've done, hundreds. When I started streaming, I flew this pretty much all the time. But I love flying different aircraft, I love the challenge it represents. I do this every day, don't forget. Anyway, there we are. It's going to be a beautiful approach. Nice to be back in Japan again.
Skywalker 1840, leaving my space, next sector, flying frequency change approved.
That's great. You can put Fukuoka approach on standby. 196.
Alpaca 815, contact Fukuoka approach 119.65.
It's approach.
119.65, Alpaca 815.
Oh, great chance of ATC. Steve, you've given up on the iFly, not flying it for ages and too many quirks for me, and much prefer the PMD NG73. Yeah, we flew it and we had an engine failure, if I remember rightly, when I last flew it. And then, due to bugs, I couldn't restart the engine, or poor modelling. Yeah, they'd only simulated it to allow for engine start on the ground, hadn't they? So neither of the in-flight start methods I tried, which was cross-bleed start windmill start worked. So I just went, I remember rightly, let me just set up the air conditioning panel as if I'm starting the engine on the ground, and then it worked. I was like, yeah. So it's good. It needs a lot of work to bring it up to PMDG level. It's solid enough to fly from A to B. Solid enough. Yeah, that's it, Steve. Had to trick it, essentially. Down we go. So VNAV's essentially working to be at or above 12,000 feet, Kieran, and beyond that 9,000 feet, beginning of the star. Put your bank angle back to 25 degrees. Had you set it at 10? Oh dear. Turn the sim up ever so slightly. There we go. Daring one, I hope the F4 labs correct to finally accurate max space.
Juliet Papa, descend to reach floor level 180 by Stout.
Send for level 180, level by Stout. Outback 80 Juliet Papa. Set 180 checked, and he wants us 180 by Stout. So 173 or below. So VNAV is planning that. However, just to ensure that we're compliant, we can put 180 below, and that won't change your path at all. Got an obstruction and yes, we're going to put that to 9,000 feet or below.
Descend, maintain 2402.
That just presents that warning, and VNAV actually wants us at an altitude of 7,500, so that's fine, but we'll just maintain 9,000. Josiah, no star for me, but right on vectors, yeah. If it's quiet, that's exactly what you can expect on a point merge arrival. The idea is that first restrictions put you in a position for a straight in. Now, order throttle's got FMC speed to ensure that it maintains the target speed of 310 knots. We'll add some thrust now. VNAV's working well.
Alpaca 585, descend to reach floor level 180 by Stout.
Descend to flight level 180.
Look at all the alpacas in the queue. Amazing. With the Japanese guard music still playing throughout. Awesome. Can't beat a good old Seaboat mod, can you? You can't beat it. But for as long as I'm running my YouTube channel, we'll do the monthly members group flights. I really enjoyed that multiplayer flight we did as well a couple of weeks ago. That stream is available as a members only video if you guys want to take a look. I'll organise another one. It might be a few weeks until I do, but the multiplayer flight, I think it accommodates a lot of people. I had a lot of DMs say, oh, I'm so sorry I missed that, because I only sort of gave a notification in the morning, but we flew the Albatross in formation. It was amazing. So maybe a GA flight. I think a lot of requests for Papua New Guinea, we could do some bush flying or something in the high-powered bush plane or something, or the Piper Cub, or I don't know, something fun. I don't know if there's any sort of vested interest here, but I'll have to consider this. GSX has been plugging releases left, right and centre, I know. Very dramatic scenery coming up ahead, but this is where, actually, excuse my lack of knowledge, it's all connected via this only bridge. Probably to see that was all joined up, but I don't know what the name of the island that Fukuoka is on. We're about to see it. It looks really nice out the window. Sun's about to set below the cloud as well. Superb.
Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa, resume normal speed, contact Fukuoka approach 119.65.
Normal speed 119.65. Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa, bye. Okay, once normal speed, so what we can do is press econ, execute, and it's now going to plan our econ descent speed on our contact rivals. Excellent. ATIS information was Zulu. Fukuoka approach, Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa. Just levelling off flight level 180 inbound Stout. Information Zulu 1003 at 737-800.
Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa, Fukuoka approach, fly heading 270, vector to active, expect for RNP runway 16 left approach, descend maintain 2000.
So maintain 2000, expect, we're now on radar heading 270 degrees, radar vectors for the RMP 16 left approach, Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa. Didn't tell me the altimeter setting, but set 1003 because we know it's that, 17,600 for 12,000 feet, and the standby altimeter is set, seatbelt sign, recycle, back to on, and as soon as you're under radar vectors in the 737-800, keep the FMC updated. You can do whatever you want. He said vectors towards the final point, so if you want to, you can literally put vectors towards active, bring that straight to the top, and then go here, legs, execute, stay on the heading, and now you can see if you're high, as we are very high, 4,000 feet, so the massive shortcut we got. Altimeter 29, he's using inches, is he? 2962. Good, so we'll keep an eye on this path. We are high, so what I'm going to do is introduce a little bit of speed brake to flight details. And then we'll just keep this updated. Now I could get really fancy here and create a waypoint off Atkib, so I can go Atkib here. Let's do 3. Instead of maintain 8,000, Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa. Oh yeah, I should have MCP cam on already. There we are. 8,000 feet check. Atkib 36, so if I do a radial around 010 at 15 miles, if I put 010, 15 miles, see how close that is to our present track. Oh, not bad, so I'm going to put that there, and then Atkib. That's going to probably be a little bit more representative of my track miles, and that way VNav gives you the most accurate information. So you can create waypoints at any point you want in 737. The idea is you draw a magenta line that represents your track and gives you the best accurate descent information. Okay, path's coming back up. You select VNav, it's going to go to VNav path. Just following the path now. I can slowly start stirring the speed brake once the speed sort of maintaining 273 knots. Just come back to VNav speed now.
Alpaca 820 Juliet Papa, turn left heading 250.
Left 250 degrees, Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa. I'm sorry, it's time for a can't teach that moment. Look at that waypoint I created based off a radial and distance and the heading he's given me. I'm sorry, you can't teach that. No one here would have known to do that except me. Modesty was my strongest trait at school. That was luck. Pure luck, but there you go. And now I'm on path, on heading, following the magenta line. Happy days. Here we go. That's the whole idea. And now, ideally, you know, if he turns me left here, I'm on the magenta line. I've done an idle path. It's the most efficient, fuel-saving, eco-friendly descent you can do. Don't worry, you hope to be so skilled one day. Don't worry, my Padawan. Keep watching. Keep watching. Right. There's the decel for 250 knots. Passing 10,300 for 8,000 feet. Post-cruise check. Fuel 4 pumps on. The lights. Logo is not required. Angle about 25 degrees. Pressurization 3.5. Set belts on. Recall. Checks complete.
Maintain 9,000.
There we are. Now it'll start pitching down on path to maintain, I think it's 240 knots. Minor turbulence on final, yes. It's nice to be back in X-Plane and get that sort of little bit of mechanical turbulence, which isn't so well modelled in Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Fukuoka control, or approach. Kambawa, Alpaca 2, Tango Lima.
There's 2 tons.
Passing
There's Fukuoka on the left hand side. Beautiful. Still very dark cockpits in X-Plane. Jacob, for his next trick, he'll go as a full Ronald PA Japanese and slam the landing line. Possibly.
Fly heading
One to go.
Expect the RMP Zulu approach 16 left. Alpaca 2, Tango Lima Heavy.
1,000 to go.
Checked.
Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa, turn left heading 210.
Left 210 degrees, Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa. So now, I'm going to
Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa, descend and maintain 2000.
so maintain 2,000 feet. Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa. 2,000 feet checked, and now I can update the FMC again. Actually, I should look, it was not the perfect point. Route direct. Bit high now, so again, bring the speed brake out to flight detents, leave it in VNAV, it's gone to VNAV speed, so it's now pitching for a speed, and then when it's back on path, it will revert to VNAV path. Now it's flight detents. Perfect. Your space is gone, Steve, yes, what a long sentence.
Alpaca 585,
Ah, nice.
heading 220.
Nice and quiet, the engines are idle, not burning much fuel. Watch for the conversion to path. There we are, VNAV path, status speed brake.
Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa, reasonable navigation direct active, maintain 2000 until active, clear for RNP runway 16 left approach.
Route to active, maintain 2,000 feet, and we're cleared for the RMP approach runway 16 left, Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa. Perfect. So, LNAV available, LNAV, routing direct to ACTIP. And now, when I'm line training, and we're flying any RMP approach or any non-precision approach where we're planning to use VNAV as a descent path, always tell the cadets, once you've been cleared approach, do everything you can to get back onto path as soon as possible. So if you're high, utilise flaps, speed brake. If you're low, use VS. Get onto path as soon as possible, because if you're not on path 2 miles before the descent point, it's going to make it very difficult to be stabilised on the approach. But we're perfectly on path, VNAV engaged. Let LNAV VNAV do all the work for you. HMS Dairy 1, the ATKIP 010, where did you get the 010 from? What does that represent? It's the radial. Reducing speed to 190 knots, Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa. So use the speed window, speed intervent, and use speed brake. The aircraft is still only going to follow path when it's on path. It's the radial, so what I did is find an ATKIP waypoint, which is not here, sorry, but base matching its NTIC and 010 radial, so 360 north, 090 east. So I just looked on the plan mode and just said, oh, that's roughly on the 010 radial. Plenty of fuel left, yeah, 4 tons. We needed for Nagasaki, 2.8 to divert, 2.7, so didn't need the additional fuel for weather avoidance. Okay, speed check, flaps 1. Match the speed, he wants 190 knots. Flap 1 is exactly 190, how convenient. Oh! I think the sun just poked through some cloud there. You're most welcome, HMS 2. It's what I'm here for.
No problem.
There we are. Flat 1. Right, so approaching the flat 1 speed, as soon as the thrust comes up, stay to speed brake. You never want the thrust and speed brake. It's like driving a car with your foot, the accelerator foot on the brake. There we are, so 80's happy, I'm at the assigned speed, aircraft's happy, I'm on path. We cleared approach, LNAV engaged, VNAV engaged. It's gone quite shallow here, usually wouldn't be quite so shallow. It's going to go flap 2 just to help maintain the speed of 190. And just keep the speed bugged. Very nice. Bit of a headwind on approach and crosswind as well, so we'll see what the wind does in X-plane. There we are, turning final in LNAV. That's so close, not just arm it. Yeah, you can, the speed brake. Yeah, good idea actually. Typically do it around, get out flat 15 PF. Usually just extends it, but you can arm it whenever you want.
Alpha car 585.
Okay, runway heading
Maintain
1586.
2000 until active. Clear
Next
for
point is the approaching
RNP
descent
runway
point.
16 approach.
Yeah, VNAV's now gone very shallow. It's only doing 450. It should do a bit more of an idle path descent here, really.
Zulu 16 left approach. Alpaca 585.
1,000 to go.
Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa, established RMP 16 left.
Alpha car 80 Juliet Papa. Traffic landing road, runway 16 left. Clear to land. Wind 180 at 10.
Right, 16 left, clear to land. Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa. Perfect.
Singapore 657.
Some Alpaca's giving delayed vectors in Tokyo. Very good. Okay, I can go flat 5 now. And match the speeds. And 2 miles till the FAF approaching descent. So we're going to set 600 feet VNAV path. And speed window is open.
Tango Lima.
Just turn down ANC slightly. Right, next thing's going to be the FAF. So here's the approach chart, sorry. So next will be the final approach checks of Pablo.
190, Alpaca 585.
Yeah, it's done a very shallow path to start with, but now it'll be 3 degrees once we've started this point here. So cross check area is fine, vertical deviation is fine. There we are. So FAF 2,000 feet, no flags. Attitude checks, no flags. I'm going to probably drop the gear at 5 miles here because we've gone to IMC. It's a bit cloudy. Broken at 3,100. Oh, broken with no height. No design. We'll have to see what that does in the sim. Right, flap 10. Just watch the speed. You know what? Let's configure at 5 miles here. IMC. I wasn't expecting this. Get down. Flap 15. And match the speed. Landing checklist to flaps. Start switches, continuous, recall, check, speed brake arm green light, landing gear down 3 green, order brake set to 3. Let's go flat 30. Flaps, we've got 30, 30, green light, clear to land, lights are on, check's complete. It's a bit soupy, and a nice crosswind as well. Oh look, we're just coming out of the cloud, perfect. So 1,000 feet, top of the mist approach altitude is set 6,000 feet, lights are in sight, perfect. Ooh, speed.
1,000.
Checked. Alright, let's have some fun disconnecting.
Stabilized, mist approach altitude set.
Perfect. Don't need to recycle the flight directors, they're going to provide guidance all the way down. We've got a 19 knot crosswind, probably about 10 knot component with that wind. Winds can make it a little bit bumpy in X-Plane, so they can change direction and speed very quickly. Some very high thrust setting to maintain the speed. Not sure what's going on with the taxi lights flashing. Checked.
500. Minimum.
Speed. Oh! Look at that thrust I need there to maintain
400.
the V-fly. My goodness. Don't know what happened there. There's a gust or something. Keep scanning, Sid. Keep scanning that speed all the way when it's gusty variable winds like this. Keep ascending.
200.
Oh, now I've got to take all the thrust off. Look. There we go. There's the sink from the thrust being reduced. Keep ascending.
50. 40. 30.
Check.
20.
Close.
10.
Hold the attitude. Oh, that would be acceptable. Right, speed brake up, reverses. Gently lower those. Well, pretty nasty conditions, but we're down. That was a Boeing landing. $100 knots. 80 knots. Manual braking. 6 knots. On reverse. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fukuoka. Bit of a firm landing, but those conditions were not ideal. Not ideal. There we are. Happy days. Alright, flaps coming up. Yeah, I thought it would be a bit of a smooth landing like that, but it was, do you see how much I had to change the thrust to stay at VREF plus 5 knots? It was sure windy. So we'll go to the domestic terminal.
Alpha 585, traffic packeting, runway 16 left, clear to land. Window 2, cushion 0, 80 to 10.
clear to land, runway 16 left, Alpaca 585.
Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa, taxi to spot.
Taxi to spot Alpaca 80 Juliet Papa. Thank you so much for your service, sir. Thank you.
Great.
I can't remember. I couldn't remember Japanese for thank you. So I was trying to be very gracious for his service. Alright, let's clean up. Speed brake stowed, flaps up. That was awesome landing. I can't wait to see the replay on that. The conditions today were not ideal. 4 units of trim. The mod flew nicely to the inputs I made. Pretty good. No change on the last update. Well, sorry, there's not been an update for some while. Subspecies tidied up, recall, idle. Steady, probes off.
165 taxi by Bravo, Define Whiskey 1 Singapore 657.
Cool. Okay, taxiing flow is complete. We'll go park ourselves in between some alpacas. We've got a alpaca on stand 10, so either go 11 or 10 or 9, wherever they can be squeezed in. But lovely jubbly, and Alpaca 585's on short final as well. Just watch my thrust. Definitely don't want 45 horse taxi. That is too much, and we've got to continue with the Oriental themed music as we taxi it as well. Oh, it's a little bit more upbeat. There we are. Here comes the next tune. 32 knots, a bit fast. Let's do 30 max. There we go. Lovely. Arigato, that was it. Steve, that gusting on approach was like flying 2024 for a while. Yeah, with the what's the wind called? The realistic setting.
Say 50, we are ready for push. Say 500, runway 16 right, dispatch approved, heading north.
Alpaca 585, that's ooh, watch the nose wheel. But down, there's an Airbus.
Say 50, runway 16 right, dispatch approved, heading north.
Perfect.
Dispatch 16 right, Cathay 50 to go.
There we go. So 815's onto stand. We'll start the APU. Turn off the flight data box, don't need that anymore. Coming via... Should I go in via Yankee? Yes. I think I can squeeze in that gap there. Try to stay on the yellow line, Sam. Beautiful.
Alpaca 585, taxi to spot.
That's one way, easy way of managing the taxi anyway. That's actually a really good idea when it's busy on the apron, racy on the apron and your approach controller. Stand 11 it is for us then. First time in Fukuoka.
Fukuoka approach, good evening, Alpaca Tokyo is descending, flight level 180.
Fuse on the generator. Oh, maybe not this stand. Is there enough wingtip clearance there for the 11 right? Yes there is, I just want the gate guidance, that's one.
RNP runway 16 left approach, QNH 2964.
There we go, Boeing 738, going nicely onto the line.
RNP runway 16 left approach, QNH 2964.
Go left? Really?
Block.
No, right. I'm not convinced by this taxiing guidance.
Runway 16 left approach, QNH 2964. QNH 2964,
There we are, parking brakes set, and we've got the JP on the generator. Engines dead. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fukuoka. Actually parked me quite straight. I shouldn't be so critical. Yeah, not bad, not bad. There we are. Alright, GPU's available, even better. Shut off the APU. Open that. Cool conditioned air for the... oh no, I've already shut the APU off, haven't I?
Runway 16 clear to land, Alpaca 2, Tango Lima Heavy.
N2's reducing. Checked and below 20% anti-collision line time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fukuoka. My pronunciation of that has been absolutely terrible all day, and I think Airbridge is now being connected. And we've got an alpaca. We've got 2 tons on final, so I have to watch him come into land here as well. And whilst that's going on, we've got alpaca 71815 on stand. We've got alpaca 585 taxiing in as well. Very nice scenery actually. Again, just another stock airport with X-plane map enhancement. So we'll zoom in a bit so we can see 2 tons. There's Japan Airlines A350 here as well. Very, very nice. Ugly nose. Awesome. Let's have a look on New Sky, see how we did. I think we did okay. Where is New Sky here? There we are. APU shutting off. Close. 10 out of 10. Yeah, great touchdown. It was a bit firm. 400 feet per minute is on the firm side. And I can't remember exactly what it was on the calculator. It was acceptable, I think, was the wording used. But in those conditions, it's long enough runway to be fair. But yeah, it's absolutely fine. That would have been that's one where passengers go, "Oh, it's a hard landing," but it's absolutely acceptable. The aircraft could easily take it, but maybe a little bit more of a check. But I was pretty pleased with that. That's a no floater start. But yeah, $10,000 made, 10 out of 10. Nice flight right over Japan. Very, very good. I'll take it. And that's my first of the month. 10 out of 10. Yeah, in July we had 6.95, didn't we? That was that was a terrible stream we did in the CSS Classic. Had so many issues, and I just couldn't be bothered to change it. Yeah, 9.53. But so far so good. It's been a successful day. Anyway, let's have a look at 2 tons landing, and then we'll roll the usual giveaways. Good chance of winning, guys, if you took part. I think 1 in 8. The odds will be in your favour. Let me get my wheel of names open in the background anyway. So wheel of names is open in the background. I need to clear it. I don't want any of my cookies being used. Here comes 2 tons in the triple, if I remember rightly. This guy's doing an incredible job. His English is really good. Here we are, 2 tons, no pressure. No worries, Martin. Sorry that you couldn't take part.
Confirming 8,000 alpaca 2 kilo whiskey.
Ruben making my way to the other alpacas in Haneda. Very cool. So everyone's vectoring themselves in today. Boga 2 tons. Sorry for the sounds. Oh! Down. Nice. I'm not sure about the gear extension. Yeah, it does eat up FPS. When you zoom in an X-plane with all this lighting, look at that, 13 FPS, 12. Zoom out, 55, 60. It always does that. Zoom in 20. Don't know why, it's just all the lights. Good job, 2 tons. Right then, let's roll these giveaways. See who's lucky this week. Right, I opened up there. Now, look, I've just copied and pasted everyone that's participated in the group flight today. It's all been separated. Let's see who's going to be the lucky ones today. Here we are. Roll the first one. Anyone else put 757 in their name? There we are. Look, someone that doesn't have their 757 in their name. It's Orion. There we are. A late participant in the group flight as well. Booked himself on this morning in the 777 freighter. Amazing, Orion. Well done. I'll remove you. I'll roll it again. Here we go. Oh, it's me! No! It's going to be Jill. No one put 757 in their name. Amazing. Look. We used to have one in the past, but they are regular participants. Well done, Jill and Orion. I'll contact you on Discord some point today and we'll get you sorted out with your giveaway prize. Whatever that may be. There we go. Well, there we are. That was a very good members group flight, the 80th Alpaca Airways in Japan, and amazing. Look at that scenery as well. Amazing to get some ATC there last minute in Fukuoka. This controller's been fantastic the whole way, as was the area controller. So massive thanks to them. Sorry we couldn't get any more ATC than that. As I said, I, as usual, requested it about a week ago, just didn't get a response. But we've had some ATC, and thank you for those who participated. For the majority of you taking part, it's not the best time. Early in the morning, Europe is not great for the US. Most people in Europe also are busy, but we had a good selection today for the 80th. I'm very happy that we had such a success in Japan once again. There we are. So we'll call that a day, because I've got things to do, and that's why I started 15 minutes early. It's a very good time for me to finish. I would have been pushing it if I'd delayed it any further, but thanks for your patience. As you well know, it's a very busy month, very busy in the summer anyway, work, but it's going to be a big one for me personally, so I will keep you posted where I can. I will try and squeeze in the odd stream here. I've got a full block of sim this week as well. But in between, if I can do anything, I always endeavour to try and stream or be around Discord or do something. So bear with me for this month of August, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, yes, Josiah, at 5 AM, going back to bed. Thank you so much. Your participation is always greatly appreciated, and you always do your absolute best to take part, so thank you very much there. Right, we'll disconnect. Take care, guys. Thank you to the amazing controller as well for his fantastic ATC. Let's have a look at that landing then, because it was a little haphazard. Well, it was a bit firm, I'd say, and it was a bit of a gusty one. And you like the morning MOGFs, fair enough. And I think some people are a little bit dubious about going outside of, let's say, their home country. So, you know, the ATC for IFR, commercial jet flying, is very similar all the world. There's some subtle differences, but don't ever hesitate to join in, guys. And for some people, this time is suitable, but we'll have to see what the majority like and go from there. But we'll always try and move it around where possible to accommodate as many people as we can. Right then, so I'll turn off the music, Japanese guard music, which has been quite popular today. I'll have to try and find more themed music for streams in the future. Anyway, let's try the replay music and have a look at that landing. Here we go. Excellent. Sim looks lovely. Right, let's drag it back. There we go, press play. So, you'll see here, we won't see it very clearly because a lot of the elements are missing. Speed was changing a lot, had to make lots of thrust changes there
400
to stay on speed. I'll just turn the sim down, let's have a look at that landing from outside.
300
Looking good. Magnussen, what curve do you have for the thrust master? Oh, I don't spend any time fiddling with that, just plug it and play, it's good enough. Oh yeah, just a tad on the firm side, but you know, acceptable. God, the FPS though, it really drops off when you zoom in. Look, if I zoom in now at 20, 19, 18, 17, it really struggles when you zoom in. There we go, let's look from this perspective. That's such a beautiful shot. Love how the sim handles. Oh, yeah, a little bit of a little bounce maybe. Rip FPS. You don't have that issue. It's probably something to do with X-Plane map enhancement maybe. HMS doing it, unless you're using it as well. But when I zoom in, I have a terrible drop in FPS. So we've got a tower perspective. Oh, we do. See it struggling. 30-40 FPS there. Bit firm. Tiny bounce. Very nice. Beautiful. Well, there we are. Another group flight. flight complete. Right then, I'll put you in the approach so you can enjoy one more time from the perspective of someone sat in row 17 Alpha. But there we are, guys. Thank you very much once again for participating, not only in the group flight but in the stream as well. There's a good amount of people here today on this Saturday morning in the UK. But once again, like a broken record, I'll tell you, thanks for your continued support as members. Don't forget to tag me in Discord if you have any questions about operating this aircraft, commercial airline flying. This is what you're in the Discord server for, at your service. So, as I said, very busy month in August. I'll keep you updated as what I endeavour to do on the channel, but we'll try and get some. I'll get a date for you for the next group flight, at least for September. It will be like in the mid or end half, so probably a bit of a wait for 81st group flight. But once again, as I say, thank you so much for your support. Look after yourselves, keep in touch with me, and I'll see you on another live stream very soon. Take care, guys. All the best.